We've bit off a little bit more than we could chew this morning, and a little afternoon session has turned into all night. We've just watched the sun come up. Oh God. We're just blasting the back room. Jack's in there now. And this has been us since 10 o'clock yesterday morning. So in about 3 hours, we would have been going for 24 hours straight. I'm getting this room ready to paint. You can see there, that's the roof of the yacht. That's only surface rust and that'll come out, that's fine. We're not too worried about that, but it's all over the whole roof and walls, and worse on the floor in some sections. So if we didn't strip this, that just has the potential to turn into a major issue. So given that we're trying to do this once and do it properly, we thought we'd get all the woodwork out, get that rust back to a nice clean finish, repaint it all, and then start putting it back together again. Yeah, it's been away.
That's a tough question.
That looks about right. Into the belly of the beast we go.
Was true in the night or the morning light, his heart was blue. Francis was a happy man. He was
What have we just done?
Too soon.
We just finished painting the rear cabin. After spending a whole day sandblasting, whole day prepping, half day painting.
Beauty.
Good effort. Brody's got to go out tonight. He's got a dinner party.
Yeah.
Your face has got paint all over it.
Does it? Yeah, bro.
Francis looks tall and strong, like there's nothing he can't do.
Basically, we got here at 3 this morning to start blasting. We've got a big day ahead of us. So once you start blasting, you can't really stop. You got to finish the job and paint straight after you blast. Otherwise, you get this thing called flash rusting. So everything you do starts to rust again. It's been about a 3-hour setup in the dark, and we're only just ready to go. We've had a few issues with equipment, so it's been a big morning of setting up.
Francis held the heaviest weight, but no man could see it. See the tallest shadows from mountains and machines. Francis took his happy life with a slide of his own hand. See the darkest shadow fall on a man.
It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. We've been sandblasting since 3:30 in the morning. Where we've been working is just behind me here. This back wall, you can see here, it's all blasted. Floor, roof above it, and then this whole side down there through to the top of the diesel tanks is basically the workstation that we've been just trying to get ready to paint. So big job, nearly there. You can see all the garnet on the ground, a couple of vacuums going. Just just vacuum, one person vacuuming, one person blasting, and then somebody else up top filling up the blast unit, and just changing over sand and bringing the old garnet out and bringing new sand in to blast with. Pretty big job.
So we just had a big weekend last weekend. Me and Saki did a 24-hour shift on the boat, blasting and painting the back room. We're just doing the last section today. So we're just going to be finishing off the starboard side on top of the diesel tanks, and then continuing up and doing all the touch-ups we need to do in the back room. Jackie Lamb at the back here, welding up a bit of the hull we accidentally cut as we were removing a bit of rust. The other issues we had is that there was two bits of plate next to each other, which has caused the boat to rust. So when you have the moisture build up between the two bits of steel that are uncoated, it's caused it's caused excessive rust in these areas. So we've cut it out. We're welding it up now to seal it, and we're going to blast and paint it. Jack's just spent about 3 hours welding in the middle of the day, and we kind of had to stop the sandblasting while that happens. And as a result, we're nowhere near finished sandblasting, and we're going to be here all night. Oh my god, my back is killing me. Yeah, I know, it's my first. It's about 11 o'clock at night. Safe to say we're pretty over it at this stage.
Big job. It's coming up to 3 o'clock. Didn't you guys knock off at 3 o'clock last time? 3:30. There's no way we're knocking off at 3:30.
Yeah, but we started at 3
last time as well. True. We would have been down here for 3 this morning, but we had to wait for Brody to do his morning poo. It took like 2 hours. 2 hour morning poo. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration. You fall asleep in there, pretty substantial poo though.
Always say I'm joking. I just stand there joking. Always say I'm joking, but I'm joking. Start a fight just to see. Will anything trigger some feeling?
Big quote! The non-panel! Over that one over the line. Brady, don't do it at the moment. Oh, shit.
What are you doing, mate? Just bucketing all that garnet into manageable weights to haul up top deck so we can fill up the blast pot.
Yep, good first stint. Lot to go. I reckon that we might get this done by about 5 if we haul up.
Woo! Oh, in there, boy. Love it. Nice first day on the boat. I fucking
The disc come a cropper off that grinder too. Went straight through me glove. Bit of blood. Oh, here we go.
Got supplies, boys. How's it go?
I have done.
What's that?
I've done about a square meter, I reckon.
What?
You know that one back, you know that back section where it's just
tricky.
oh mate, the whole time you're literally like spending about 10 minutes and you just can't get the angles.
Oh no.
Like,
Wondering if we've bitten off a bit more than we can chew here. Been here about 12 hours and we're not even halfway through the engine bay. This one is breaking me.
I get claustrophobic. Tell me, have you noticed? Always say I'm joking. I take a lot of coaxing. Always say I'm joking. I just stand there choking. You always say I'm joking, but I'm joking.
So to get us through the night, we're doing little stints. We've got a little rotation system. So at the moment, Jack's inside Cape Petrel in the engine bay on the sandblaster. I've just jumped out, I was on the vacuum, and now it's my turn to fill up the sandblasting unit and make sure that Jack's got everything working while Brody takes a kip. And then once Brody's had a little rest and Jack's done in the engine bay, he'll swap with Brody, Brody will jump in, I'll jump back on a vacuum, and Jack will take a little rest before we do it all again.
that was a mission.
You went in there at 12:15.
What time is it now?
3:15.
So this is the engine room. Just before we're going to paint and spent all night sandblasting. Zach and I just cleaned it all up. We touched up a few welds here and there, a couple of pad welds where we found little divots. Removed all the excess out of the top of the keel. Saki's just putting on a wash of mineral turps now to get the last layer of dust off, and then we'll let it dry and we'll be ready to paint. We're about 26 hours in at this point, I think. Whew.
Just finished acetone wiping, prepping, so we're ready to paint finally.
He's got the earphones on and everything. Right level.
Whoa.
Feels good to have a rest, though.
Yeah. Really good. I was freezing though.
Wait.
Did the old hands under the armpits trick, boom, worked a treat.
I've had to.
So this is our this is the morning of the fuck.
You know I will be coming home.
Yes, man. Give it to me. Okay.
Yeah, mate.
Can you get us a grinder with a wire wheel?
Yeah.
Good, bro.
Just had to give Jack the grinder because it's a couple of spots have got wet and started spot rusting. So Jack's just nipping them with a wire wheel while Brody spray paints. Not ideal, but what are you gonna do? How do you feel, mate?
I'm starting to get a little bit delirious. But it's all part of the fun.
They covered. What is that?
Better than that.
Far out.
Oh.
Why you don't get your seats off, boys? No matter what. What should be the last big work bender, because we don't. This is the main job that once you start, you can't stop. That has that aspect to it.
Like Pringles.
Very much like Pringles.